I was 21 when I first met Ryan. It was at a coffee shop near the University of Chicago, where I was finishing my last year of college. He was tall, with messy brown hair that looked like he never bothered to comb it, and he ordered his coffee black with no sugar. I was behind him in line, fumbling for my wallet, and dropped all my change. He bent down, helped me scoop up the quarters, and said with a grin, "Guess you're paying in coins today?" I laughed, embarrassed, and something about his easy confidence drew me in. That day he offered to buy me coffee and I said yes. Looking back, I never imagined that single cup of coffee would turn into 8 years of love, laughter, fights, and finally, heartbreak. The first few years with Ryan were magical. We were young, free, and felt unstoppable. We went on road trips in his old Jeep, sang off-key to songs on the radio, and made plans about the future that felt exciting and limitless. He made me laugh like no one else could. He made me feel safe. He was my best friend. We survived my grad school stress, his first job struggles, and even a year of long distance when he had to move to Denver for work. Everyone thought we were endgame. And honestly, so did I. But around year 6, I started to notice small things. Ryan never wanted to talk about the future anymore. Whenever I brought up marriage, he'd brush it off with a joke. Why ruin a good thing with paperwork? When I mentioned kids, he'd shrug. Maybe someday. Not now. I told myself not to push. I told myself we had time. But inside, the silence grew heavier. It was our 8th anniversary. I thought maybe, just maybe, he'd finally propose. I even bought a new dress, made dinner reservations, and spent hours getting ready. But when Ryan showed up, he handed me a small box. My heart raced. I opened it, and found a bracelet. It was beautiful, thoughtful even. But it wasn't the commitment I'd been waiting for. That night over dessert, I asked him gently, "Ryan, do you ever see us getting married?" He sighed, set down his fork, and said the words that shattered me. "Emily, I love you, but I don't think I want marriage. Or kids. Not ever." I stared at him numb. 8 years, I whispered. 8 years, and you're just telling me this now. I didn't know how to say it, he admitted. I thought maybe I'd change my mind. But I haven't. And I don't want to string you along anymore. Tears blurred my vision. So that's it? Everything we built, everything we've been through. It ends because of this. He reached for my hand. I don't want to lose you. But I don't want to lie either. And I realized he wasn't the villain. He wasn't cruel. He was just honest. Finally. And that honesty meant the end. We tried to make it work for a few weeks after. But it was different. Every conversation felt like a reminder of what we didn't agree on. One night, sitting in the apartment we'd shared for 3 years, Ryan looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "You deserve someone who wants the same things you do. Someone who can give you that future." And though it broke my heart, I knew he was right. So we packed our things, divided the furniture, and said goodbye. The first weeks after the breakup were brutal. The bed felt too big. The apartment too quiet. Every corner held memories of us. Cooking breakfast together, binge-watching shows, planning trips we'd never take. I cried more than I cared to admit. I doubted myself, wondering if I had wasted 8 years of my life. But slowly, I realized something important. Those years weren't wasted. They shaped me. They taught me how to love, how to compromise, and eventually, how to let go. I started doing things just for me. I took a solo trip to New York, something I'd always wanted to do but Ryan had never been interested in. I joined a pottery class, reconnected with old friends, and even adopted a dog named Max. Every small step reminded me that life didn't end with Ryan. It was just beginning again, differently. Months later, Ryan and I ran into each other at a coffee shop. The same kind where it all began. We talked for a while. It wasn't angry or bitter. It was peaceful. "I hope you're happy," he said sincerely. "I am," I replied. And I meant it. For the first time, I felt closure. Looking back, I realize our relationship didn't end because we stopped loving each other. It ended because love alone wasn't enough. We wanted different futures, and no amount of affection could change that truth. 8 years ended because of honesty, because of clarity, because sometimes the bravest thing you can do is admit when a path isn't yours anymore. And though it hurt, It also freed me to find the life I truly wanted. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Not all endings are failures. Some are beginnings in disguise. And while my 8 years with Ryan didn't end the way I once dreamed, they gave me the strength, the lessons, and the courage to discover who I really am. And for that, I'll always be grateful.